What up, guys? Jembu here, at it again. I bet you're sick of my faces. I've been away for that long, and now I come back and I throw all this stuff out in 2 days. But yeah, we've just finished the community stream, and while there was a lot of questions, I'm going to go through and find out what we know. Some of the stuff we may have covered in the past, so there may be different videos on TikTok and YouTube on that, but we are going to go through it anyway. So, a shout out first, if you have been living under a rock and have no idea what's going on, there is a playtest that starts tomorrow, which is the 25th at 10 a.m. CET, and that's going to run through all the way until 10 a.m. CET on Monday the 28th. I would say it's going to be a nice 72 hours, but there's daylight savings time in the middle, so we lose an hour, so it's going to be 71 hours worth of gameplay. And hopefully we're going to be able to get all the way up high. I don't know where I'm going with that. I really. But anyway, we had confirmation that when the test launches, we are going to have the new Easy Anti-Cheat in play, working from the get-go. Now, this was received really nicely with the community, as it's something that they've asked for a while now, as they really didn't like the first anti-cheat. And also a big shout out to our man Motion Gaming. His revised logo was put into the stream slides, and I wish we could use that logo because I think it's absolutely fantastic. But yeah, big props to you, mate. I know you like doing your stuff like that, but yeah, it's good to get the Easy Anti-Cheat into the game and see how it goes and fares over the weekend. Now, if you are a content creator, then keep an eye out in the future, because they're looking to do the content creator program. Now, with the game coming soon, I would hope it will come soon. And we all know that if you put your name down, keep an eye out in your DMs for messages from Combat Glue, who's going to sneak up into those DMs and tell us about it, I suppose. But yeah, look forward to it coming shortly. Optimization was one of the words of the day, and because it basically helps us play the game nice and smooth. And it got advised that natively Bloodhunt was going to come with DX12, and there were a few little bits of things that needed to happen for DX12 to run smoothly as it can. So when you first load the game, you're going to get some loading bars where the game is going to preload some shaders, and then while you play, especially for your first few matches, it may be a bit slow or a bit you might feel a little bit of a lag, because it's going to be downloading shaders as you go. Now, when we originally had the game out, there was a lot of, I wouldn't say controversy, but comments over sustainability and keeping the player base engaged and such like that. And they're trying to fix that now with a progression system. Now, we've got 3 ways that this can go. We've got player progression, we've got archetype progression, and then, of course, ranked with all their different ranks. Now, the player progression, it looks like it's going to be, as you play, you're going to gain XP for your player level, as in a fair few other games, but it's going to be capped at 100, and there's potentially going to be banners and player icons which will denote when you've got to set rank. Now, the same can't be really said for archetype progression. So think of it this way: you pick one archetype, you play that archetype to death. I know we have our Vandal mains, we have our Prowler mains, Siren mains, Muse mains, and all that. Now, as you play that and as you gain points in that archetype, you're going to be able to unlock different abilities or perks. Now, these are going to unlock at level 1. You're going to get your first one, then 3, 6, 10, 12, 14, 16, and then level 20. And these perks can be anything from quick reloads to extra resonances, or start the game with resonances. You're going to be able to pick one from the 9 that you have the options of to go into the game. So there's going to be some nice combos, especially in trios with the Vandal and everything like that. But please be aware that whatever you do in the game this weekend, be it unlock quests, do masteries, do unlocks on your archetypes and player progressions, that these will not persist over to the launch of the game. This is basically, you're going to get your character where you left it off from the early access, and then work through it, and then it's basically going to go back to there. But it also means that there's going to be no battle pass, no shop, no nothing like that. We got joined on the new set by Gustav, William, and Annette, and these are more design side things. Annette's a level designer, where Gustav and William do the games design aspects of Bloodhunt. And they went through some of the stuff to do with the Ventru, and it turns out that what people were saying was the clan ability, myself included, is not the clan ability at all. So the clan ability for the Ventru is known as the Flesh of Marble. Now this reduces incoming damage and makes you invulnerable for a time, and also makes you move. It has the highest cooldown of the game so far at 28 seconds, but it's going to be interesting to see how this plays in, especially with the dash, which we're going to talk about in a minute. The passive is called Subjugating Pressure, and this is basically going to slow down your enemy character, or your enemy should I say, just a bit, so that they have trouble moving around. Now, it is an area of effect thing, and if people are hiding, like you've got a saboteur hiding behind a bush or something like that, you are going to get an audible notification, which is going to tell you that somebody is around. So you're going to be able to have a look around and go from there and find them, and have all hell break loose. And the last ability is called Unyielding Charge, and this is where you rush forward. You can see that you can go through enemies. You do moderate damage while passing through them, and it also silences them for a short time. Now, we haven't got how long that lasts for on the character, but it is going to be interesting with trios at least to see how that works with, say, a Vandal or a Siren who comes in following that with a blind. It is going to be interesting to see. They also said that there has been updates to the archetypes as a whole, so it might not play as much as it did before. It may not play the same, but it's going to be like a brand new game, to be fair. But the movement and everything like that is still on par for what it was. It might just be the abilities are a tiny bit different, be it different timings and such like that with the balances that have been going on in the past. But I am looking forward to trying every single one again, and especially this Ventru that's coming in, this Enforcer. It looks absolutely sick. The tutorial is getting a complete overhaul, where people will be able to go in and able to practice. There's a lot that's been changed in there, but one of the main things that was said was the final boss-like entity, which used to be an entity, is now being replaced via a vampire NPC, which has a good level of AI in it, so it'll give you a good fight to practice all that movement and everything that you've learned. If you're new to the game, then the first 5 games are going to be what's known as onboarding games. I believe from previous articles and such like that, that they are going to have bots in them, so it's not going to be a full 40-45 players, but you'll be able to practice everything before jumping right into the queues or playing the Bloodhunt mode, which is one of the modes that is going to be available during the test. The Bloodhunt mode just gives you a little bit of extra play for your queue time, so you'll load in with 1 life, and then when you die you'll respawn in the area of where you died, and you have the chance to get another life by finding a specific mortal that'll be around, but it's going to be a good way just to stop running into all the top end players and such like that have had some practice. To follow up on replayability, they're going to do mastery challenges. These are basically going to be once you've completed, or even as you're going along, but say you've completed your 100 levels in your player rank and then got the 9 archetype skills for each of the different archetypes. These are going to be challenges like kill a whole team on your own, get 20 plus kills in a single solo match, or challenges to that effect where you've got to master stuff. And now I'm sure there's going to be rewards that you can get for going through all this, which you're going to be able to show off to your friends cosmetics, different player banners, player icons, and such like that. Now, ranked in its initial form is still coming in about a week after launch, and there will be rewards for this as well. Just remember that it's going to be the first initial release of the ranked, and the devs have worked closely with the Bloodhunt community on the Discord and such, taking their feedback and information and ideas and amalgamating it to what we have now. So if this is not how you like it, then leave feedback. The best bet to get things changed is to leave feedback with the devs. They always listen to it, and along with that, make sure that you look out for the questionnaire that's going to be given after the playtest, so that you can give your feedback to the devs on how you thought it went, if there's anything that's going to need changing. So that is it. It's less than 12 hours now until the launch of the playtest, and I cannot wait. I've been looking forward to this for so long, and it's just a shame that it's only a weekend. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and for the final time before the playtest starts, I'll see you in Prague.